outside, and much like the housemates, we are much more entertaining after a couple of drinks, aren't we? Now, make sure you stay with us if you want to know what this is about.
I'm normally hot by the time I get home.
Or a little bit, yeah, I know, but you're dirty. Dirty girl.
Discover what happens next.
I'm going to be very entertaining. I'm going to be a lot of fun. I've got a...
I'm soz. You know, cliche. Cliche.
Exactly, AJ, cliche. And prepare yourselves for a bit of this.
And she's you know, she's gorgeous. She can take a pick. But you know, I'm average Joe. I'm just that lad down the road.
What happens to the dude in the VT? Yeah, you know, I take my top off and 300 girls, they drop at their feet. It's like, I know, it's like, oh, I'm just not worthy. OK, shall we meet tonight's panel? Yes! Our first guest is a former housemate who wasn't afraid of giving both barrels, and now she has a surname to match. It's Lydia Scott-Lee! Also joining us tonight is an Olivier Award-winning actor and comedian who has won critical acclaim as a director, all despite being an Aussie. Crikey bouncer, it's Mark Little! And finally, it's a made-in-Chelsea star who's been having really lonely barbecues since everyone stopped getting up in her grill. It's Lucy Watson! We're going to be chatting to the panel and the audience in a minute, but first our VT team are somewhere outside of Wimbledon. Let's see if we can catch up with them. Guys, are you there?
This is going to be so good.
I know, we can't mess it up this week, though. I just don't want to get into trouble like that again.
Yeah, I know. This is my only chance to get to the One Direction premiere. I'm not going to mess that up. What are we doing again?
So, get a 10-second countdown, and on 3 seconds, we just start smiling, go straight to the opening link. That's fine.
Can we just practice a smile?
Yeah. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1. Is that good?
Yeah, I think so. It's cool.
No, it wasn't good, was it? No! OK, should we chat about tonight's show? Yeah! It's another good one, wasn't it? Yeah, we just keep on giving it. OK, so it's a first maiden shopping task. And I think it's fair to say it's kind of going back to old school Big Brother. Yeah! We are messing with their heads. Lucy, what did you make of it?
I mean, for the first one, it's pretty brutal.
Full on, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I felt really sorry for them.
Don't feel sorry for them. We want to offload
But, like,
more on
you
them.
don't see everything, so it must have been a really long time in that room.
Yeah.
Just, like, doing nothing.
Yeah.
And lying on the ground.
But to be fair, Mark, that's Big Brother, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Don't they just need to grow a big pair and get on with it?
I think, man up, you're talking about man up. And it's funny you should say that, because I actually got my doubts about Gina and Jemima. I think they might be blokes. But apart from that, the blokes, they're not that... they're a bit pathetic, the blokes, aren't they? Got the boxer, looks like he'll break if you look at him too long. You've got the policeman, I don't know, and you got... yeah, I don't know, the blokes are a bit weird, aren't they? Not, it's like Sophie, it's Sophie the girls, Gina, they're the tough ones in the house.
Yeah, we do. A lot of people have said, actually, a lot of the psychologists we have on this said it's a very female-dominated house with lots of alpha females, not just in the house, but also in the audience.
But they're only in a room, weren't they? They were just in a room for, like, 24 hours. It wasn't as if, you know...
Well, that's the thing. And it's also, it's Big Brother. How many days does a shopping task last? 2 days. Everybody knows that it lasts 2 days.
Yeah.
They know they're going to get out eventually. Exactly.
They do, yeah. It's...
Woo! I nearly poked you in the eye.
Eyeballs. Yeah, it's just... They literally went in, they had to sit in a room and do nothing for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like, get over it. This is the first task of many.
Yeah.
And if they're going to whine and moan about it now, seriously, get out.
And didn't you love how they went, I'm staying in here for 2 hours, and then I'm going?
Yeah.
8 hours later, they're still there. I loved it. Jackie, in particular, didn't take to the task very well, I think it's fair to say. Do you think, Lydia, her reactions were justified?
Yeah, I think they were justified. I mean, she's an older lady, you know, in there, and I think that's... No, but I think it's a lot harder for her than possibly, you know, some of the younger people. So I think it makes sense that she would be the one to break first, and, you know, I do think it was justified, I do.
To be fair, I think one of the twins broke before...
before
Mama Travers broke. And also, you know, it's... At the end of the day, it is Big Brother, and whatever you're going in there for, whether it's to have the experience or to try and win, it's £100,000. You can spend 24 hours in a room doing nothing if that's what you're playing for.
I think the final, though, at this point, it always seems so far away when you're in there and so out of sight that they're not thinking like that. Later on, they'll start to really think about the 100,000.
They're thinking here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, at the moment.
Don't think here in the Big Brother house, because we won't give you any food if you do. OK, Hazel has come to a conclusion, and that is that the task is going to divide the house. Here's an exclusive.
There's definitely team infected and team non-infected now, I think, and it's evident that they're not too pleased, which I'm sure none of us would be, but I definitely think it's going to put a bit of tension in the house, I'd say.
Mark?
Yeah.
Is it going to put tension in?
Definitely. There are people who are going to use it, especially Jemima. She's already using it like, yeah, but we've been in here, we've been doing this. Well, like, it's going to be like, oh, all right.
And Jack, sorry. Which one was in the room? Jack or Joe? I never know which is which.
Well, at least we can tell them apart now, can't we?
I know. Look what I've had to go through. Look what I've had to go. To be fair, just whack the rest of it off.
Whack the rest of it off.
Totally normal, wouldn't it? Come on, I know you're dying to talk, Gracie.
Hello, darling. Yeah, it will only grow back, so we might as well just shave off the locks.
Yeah.
The locks on the hair, and there's just a ball head.
Now, little old Gina, who has been saved from the public vote this week, she was caught with alcohol. Naughty little girl. And she said she was willing to sacrifice the shopping instead of going to jail. She said, but she drank all that stuff. Like, if you're going to sacrifice it, don't drink everything. What did you make to her reaction, Lucy?
I really like her, like, I don't care attitude.
Yeah.
That's my kind of girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's really interesting and she's growing on me, definitely.
Yeah.
It could be seen as selfishness.
Yeah, but she's been through such a hard time. She just wants a bit of alcohol. Come on.
She
Mark,
tried,
we saw her give in.
She gave in.
Did we want her to give in, though?
No. The poor girl, I mean, she would have been so bullied. I think Jackie would have just gone and clubbed her with a chair.
Well, it was funny what the...
I think she would have been in real trouble. It could have been the biggest bullying we've ever seen on Big Brother.
It was funny, wasn't it, how the boys were like, I just wish we could just throw her over our shoulder and just march her in there. We can't lose the baked beans.
Yeah, we could have seen some ugly scenes.
I think it would have been fun, wouldn't it?
She's acting like a diva, but remember, everyone, she's eaten dog food.
Yeah.
She's eaten dog food and herring.
Fermented herring.
With no makeup on. That was just the best part. Amazing. It was amazing.
Are you loving Gina?
I love her.
Yeah!
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's entertainment, and I think she's showing her soft side, actually. She acts like a diva, but...
Do you believe all of this? Do you believe everything
I don't believe
she's showing
she's a diva.
us?
No, I think she's
actually part of her act?
quite nice.
Yeah. Well, I think she's getting a reality check at the moment, and I think she needs to remember where she is, and she does need to follow Big Brother's rules at the end of the day. Otherwise, they are going to fireman carry her.
Exactly. If you don't follow Big Brother's rules, then you'll face eviction. Thank you. That was wonderful. I loved it. I'm going to fall over. OK, we'll be hearing what this lot think and who is going to be heading home on Friday later on in the show. Still to come. We're going to be getting the lowdown on the housemates' latest going on with celebrity life coach Stephen Daltrey. But first, either Dexter or Jemima are about to spend their last night in the Big Brother house. Who goes? Jemima! You decide! This week... to Big Brother's Bit on the Side. Very much like Dan, we're the only show that says what we think, and we say it again, and again, and again, and again. Yes, earlier on we caught up with our VT team outside of Wimbledon. Guys, how are you getting on now?
Emma's fit, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
So pretty, such nice eyes.
Good at her job as well. Yeah, no, she's great.
It's just a shame about that thing she has.
Yeah, I know, I heard about that.
It's grim, isn't it?
It's just weird. Did you see that other thing in her dressing room?
I know, Stephen showed me.
Why has she got that?
I don't know, she's weird. You'd never know by looking at her either.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Strange.
My husband really likes it. What can I say? Now, joining me to shed some light on the housemates is celebrity life coach Stephen Daltrey. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you very much.
You are a new guest for us.
I'm delighted to be here.
Which is always nice to kind of have a different perspective from somebody, which is brilliant, other housemates. So what's your take on the house so far?
Well, if you think about coaching for a second, coaching is about holding the mirror up to people to raise their awareness of themselves so they change, grow, do something different. And if this sounds familiar, that's what goes on in the house. The house is a great big coaching experience, so they're getting direct feedback from people like Dan and Gina.
Which they don't necessarily want.
They don't necessarily want it, but they're getting it for sure. They're also observing others as well, how they handle situations. If you look at Dexter wandering around, he's sort of looking, how do they do that? What's going on? And they've got time to think and process and learn and do something different. So it's a great big coaching experience, and you should be charging them for it, I reckon.
Yes.
Yes.
We should be. Now, let's talk about Gina.
Yeah.
I find her a very complicated character.
Yeah.
I still am, I know we're only 2 weeks in, but still trying to figure her out. We saw one person go into the house, then she kind of mellowed out, then nominations happened, we saw her kind of revert back to how she had been. So what's going on with her, do you think?
Well, you see, there's a process, Emma, where people become versions of themselves. So, if you like, the day we're born, we're aligned with ourselves, and then depending on the environment, we move away to become a version of ourselves. Now, Gina's version of herself is, I'm aloof, I'm above you people, I don't wash things up, I live in the Savoy, I don't mix with mere mortals. You're a good girl, yeah. Well, actually, she's come in the house and she's enjoyed mixing with the mere mortals, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I think she's liked, actually, and realised how disconnected she is, how alone she is in that position. And so she's mucked in, she's joined in. Look at the quarantine that she did. Would she have swallowed that gunk 2 weeks ago?
Well, no. Would we have seen her without her makeup on 2 weeks ago?
Absolutely.
Would we have seen her drink the gunk 2 weeks ago?
No.
Probably not. But then the minute nominations happen, we see...
That's right. We see these sort of versions of people are defences fundamentally, and so when 8 people nominated, she says, well, F you, I don't give a damn about you,
so
I'm back here. It's a defence that pops up, but actually the real her does want to connect with people, and I think we're going to see more of that going forward, because clearly she's enjoying the fact that actually the public want to keep her in, and she seems to be doing quite well, actually.
She loved the fact that everybody kept her in. How do you think the Travers girls are coping?
Oh, well, you look at Charlie, unfortunately, you know, she's... put her foot or her mouth in it, as you might say, in a couple of occasions. So with Gina, obviously, it's the thing about the escort. And so she said to herself, actually, what I realise now is, through the awareness piece, that I need to actually think before I speak. And so I think this is going to be a really good learning experience for her. She's got that great support of Jackie, which is wonderful for her, and obviously there's Callum there, who's always going to back her all the way. In terms of Jackie, though, well, she's been a bit in the background, hasn't she? You know, she's been in the kitchen, she's quite a strong character, but we've not seen that until very recently. She clearly wasn't enjoying yesterday, though, in the quarantine situation.
No, she really
said, I'm not going to do that, I'm not having my hair shaved.
Yeah.
And I think she could be a bit more of a challenger going forward.
How do you think Charlie would get on there without her?
Yeah, I think Charlie would struggle, actually, because Charlie, I think, needs quite a lot of support, and it sounds like she's had a few difficulties for coming in the house. Now, clearly, she's got Callum there, so if her mum wasn't there, she would have Callum, but I think she needs the support she can get, and she's taking it, which is great. It's a good sign.
Let's move on to the twins. We saw them separated this week
Indeed.
in the quarantine task.
Yep.
Do you think it's affected their relationship? Have you seen any changes due to it?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing, actually, it's very healthy for people to maintain separate identities. That's people in relationships or even twins, because what can happen is they merge like this and they become we rather than I. So they lose their separate identity. So for twins in particular, having that separate identity is really useful. And I think with the twins, they were separate for 24 hours. they seemed to survive that reasonably well, didn't they? I think Joe was a little bit sad in the bedroom on the evening there, but they've survived that, and they're not joined at the hip so much. It's great when they come together, but actually they can operate as a separate unit too.
Which is really nice to see, isn't it? Because they have that support of each other.
Yes.
But they have a little bicker.
Oh, they do.
To each other as well.
Like any couple, don't they? They really do snap at each other.
Which is fantastic.
It's great to see as well.
It's nice to watch, yeah.
I think they may be more rebellious, though, as time goes on, you know.
Ooh.
They may join forces and be more rebellious against Big Brother.
OK, now you've done this board for us, which is called the Drama Triangle.
Indeed.
So explain what it is and how it works.
Well, it's a process that goes on with people in all situations. Think of husband, wife and mother-in-law. So the husband's the challenger, challenge, rescue. In the house, what we saw recently is that Dan is a rescuer. No question about it.
Right.
He takes people up into the treehouse there. He tries to rescue situations, but gets himself in trouble sometimes too. He also, though, can be the challenger sometime. So look at what happened with Wolfie. He kept interrogating her, and in fact, she felt quite challenged by the situation. And I think it was Hazel who came in and Gina who rescued her in the end. So people move round these roles and can switch around too. So interestingly, if you think about the quarantine, Big Brother was the challenger. The people in quarantine were challenged, and the other housemates were rescuing. And when Jack came out, he actually challenged. He was a challenger of Big Brother, and Big Brother's being challenged. And no doubt, actually, the panel there and the audience and the people on the phone tonight may rescue Big Brother. OK,
so we've seen quite a few arguments in the house already.
Yeah.
Who is typically playing each of these roles, would you say?
Yeah, I would say, well, Gina has definitely been a challenger, hasn't she?
Yeah.
No question about it. Dan really fits into the rescuer role.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends who's on the receiving end. It's their experience. So Jemima may have felt...
Gina's also been the rescuer as well.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I mean, people move through all these different roles and can play each one. I think you'll see a lot of this coming up in the coming weeks.
OK.
So it's not fixed, that's for sure.
Can Dan ever be the challenged? Because so far, we haven't seen that. We've seen him be the challenger and the rescuer, but has anybody got the guts, do you think, to challenge him? Because...
Good question. I don't... Sure the men have, actually, to be honest with you. I think maybe the women, I think maybe Jackie, actually, could be somebody who could stand up to and challenge him. I mean, he's very close with Hazel, but she's quite strong as well and could have the ability to challenge him. Whether she would or not, I'm not sure. But I think, inevitably, he will end up being challenged at some point because he's such a big character.
Yeah.
You know, Dexter, actually, if he was saved, may try to subvert him and challenge him that way.
Oh, wouldn't we like to see that?
That would be quite interesting to see, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Stephen, thank you very much. Stephen Daltrey. We'll be quizzing the panel and audience about the latest nominees, but before they have their say, you guys at home had some questions for them.
Hello, Jemima. Hello, Dexter.
Hello.
Big Brother has a few questions for you from the Bit on the Side viewers.
Oh.
Dexter, what songs are on your seduction playlist?
Well, it's got to be anything Barry White, sort of middle of the playlist.
Cheesy.
Because by then, things have warmed up.
I'm normally hot by the time I get home.
Or a little bit, yeah, I know, but you're dead.
Jemima, would you rather fight 1 elephant-sized duck or 10 duck-sized elephants?
Probably the 10 duck-sized elephants. So I've probably got more chance than just, like, taking on a big one.
I think you've had some experience with that.
Dexter, who do you think is playing the game?
I would say that Callum is actually a bit of a game player now as well, because it's all sort of too nicey.
He's nice to everyone, I think.
Yeah.
This is for both of you. If Big Brother gave you the chance to evict someone on Friday night and save yourself, who would you evict?
Gina. Because she moans all the time about wanting to go home.
Obviously I can't say Jemima because she's sitting next to me.
I'm already up, you waddy.
Exactly.
Thanks for that.
So I would have to say the twins, just because I think I'd be doing some other characters a favour if they went, because they're clearly contenders to win this show.
Oh, they're going to win.
This is Big Brother, Will Emma return the wine immediately?
No, Emma, don't! Drink it all.
This is Big Brother. Will Emma return the wine immediately? This is Big Brother. Will Emma return the wine immediately?
God, I was just starting to enjoy myself, you bastards. OK. Oh, I feel a bit tipsy. On Friday, you're going to send either Dexter or Jemima packing. But back when Big Brother was but a distant dream, they caught up with AJ. And this is what they had to say.
Dexter, congratulations on being one of the chosen few.
I'm actually really honoured, to be honest. I work in the business of making people famous, so it's really different for me to be on the other side of the fence, you know.
What do you do?
I'm a press and dating consultant.
Oh, amazing.
I train guys who are absolutely shit with women to get the woman of their dreams.
So I imagine you'd be, like, really good with, like, chat lines and stuff.
We do this thing called negging, which is basically you give them a compliment, but you also put them down at the same time.
OK, so I'm in a club, do the nagging technique on me.
Wow, that leather skirt is really amazing, but if it was just that little bit shorter, you would look so much hotter.
Are you expecting to get my number like that?
But have I got your interest?
How will you cope with being nominated first?
You think I'm going to get nominated first?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Look, I just take it on the chin like a big set of balls. I mean, I don't mind burying people in there if they start on me. I'm not going to take those fame whores lightly. I'm going in there to have a good time, but I know what the public reception is of me. I'll be dodging cabbages, kitchen sinks on my way up the stairs, everything.
Wow. Which of these three housemates do you most relate to, right? Game player, everyone's friend, or loudmouth?
I'd probably say game player.
Right.
Definitely a game player.
You're the player.
I'm a bit like an onion, so I've got loads of different layers that you can peel off.
Well, I hope you don't make my eyes water.
Maybe one day, you never know.
Steady on, Dexter. I think you're going to win. I can feel it. I think you're going to win.
You've really cheered me up, by the way.
Jemima, what kind of housemate will you be then?
Obviously, because I'm probably a little bit older than some of them in there, I hope to be sort of the motherly one, the warming one, the one they come to for a bit of advice. I'll be the flirty one.
Would you get with another housemate?
Oh, yeah, definitely if I fancied someone. I've been staying single just for this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, girl. How do you expect to deal with confrontation?
Nothing scares me.
Wow.
Man, female, beast.
What if someone just came up to you and was like, you're a bellend?
I'd say fine, if that's your opinion.
That's a good way of dealing with it.
Depends what mood I'm in and time of the month, though, so...
Which of these three housemates do you most relate to? Game player, everyone's friend, or loudmouth?
Probably all three, really. It's about game player, a player maybe. Everyone's friend, I'm going to try to be, and what was the last one?
Loudmouth.
Oh, I'm naturally that anyway.
A toughest amount of all three. I like it. Sex or chocolate?
Oh, sex.
First or second?
First.
Top or bottom?
On top.
Long and thin or short and wide?
What is that? Is that men's genitalia or what is it?
It's what you make of it. You know, it could be anything.
Well, yeah, the way I think.
Do you know what? I've got a wicked feeling about you. Genuinely, I think you're going to win.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
Oh, that's giving me tingles all down my body.
That AJ, she is a little tease. Now, tomorrow night, either Dexter or Jemima will face the long walk home. So to help me find out about them both, I've got two people who are really, really, really close to them. So please welcome Dexter's friend Holly and Jemima's friend Michael. OK, Michael, let's start with you. Now, Jemima has had quite a few arguments since being in the house. Is this what she's naturally like?
No, she's an adorable girl.
So why do you think she's rubbing people up the wrong way?
Well, she's in a pressure cooker called Big Brother House, and it exaggerates everything you do and everything that you are about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So she's made so far every mistake in the book.
Oh, what mistakes do you think she's made?
Well, all of them. Before she went in, I said, don't sit in the corner and bitch, and she's sat in the corner and bitched. Don't get caught in a fist fight, and she's got caught in a fist fight. Bond with the other ladies, the girls, she hasn't done that.
She hasn't done.
Apart from that, she's doing pretty well.
So she's doing pretty well, apart from listening to every single piece of advice that you told her.
Yes, but
and now potentially she's out tomorrow.
I think
so. If she comes out tomorrow, you could say, "I told you so."
Well, she's her own woman, and women, and she doesn't like being told what to do. I didn't tell her what to do. I just gave her 3 pages of notes and ran.
Let's move on to Dexter. Holly, I am just baffled by Dexter. We have heard him say quite openly he doesn't have any friends. He said that it doesn't bother him. Then we've seen him get drunk and cry to Michael and say, of course it bothers him because he wants to have friends. Why do people find it difficult to relate to him?
Dexter has got a little personality inside that shines when he's with people who he trusts and likes and knows that they like him.
Right.
But he is shy and he doesn't do well in big settings where he is now. I was worried for him going in and didn't think he'd do too well. But he's gone in there and he's tried to cover up his insecurities with a bit of a fake persona that I think people have seen through and didn't like very much. And then, as you say, he got drunk and he cried, and now that was more him. His feelings came out.
So tell me, what is this fake persona? What is fake about Dexter and what's real?
Well, all this money and bar bills and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So is that all rubbish?
Well, he's got in there to play a game, and a lot of people in the industry, because he does do, you know, he's a publicist and things, so other people are having a go at him, saying he's doing wrong, he's bad, this, that and the other, but whatever he's doing, he's causing controversy and getting people to look at him, so any publicity is good publicity, really.
So why did he go in the house, do you think?
Sorry, say
Why did he go in the house?
He's gone in with a game plan.
Because he wants to win?
I think that's a bonus to him, but I think what he wanted to do is what he's doing. He's causing controversy. People are talking about him. People are wondering about him. They're asking questions.
So if he wants people to talk about him, therefore he wants the kind of fame of it.
I think he's fame hungry, but he won't admit it. He's trying to say it's all work related. He is. I think he's very fame hungry.
Really?
But he won't admit it.
Because he did say on his VT when he went in there, I don't want fame, I've got all the money, I don't want the money, I'm just going in there for the experience.
Why go in Big Brother then, if you don't want the fame?
I love that his friends just come on here and talk. Michael, if Jemima comes out tomorrow, how gutted is she going to be?
How unhappy is she going to be?
Yeah.
I think everyone around is going to tell her, listen, you did as well as you could. No one discovered on BB who you really are. That's the disappointment.
Right.
We all know that you're a great girl. She works for old people, never tells you. She works for charities, never tells you. She's loved. She's brought up a sensational 13-year-old daughter as a real great child.
Yeah.
She's a star, but BB was the wrong mix for her. It brought out everything wrong in her. So that's the perverse magic that Big Brother has.
Yeah. What about Dexter? He's called quite often the sly one in the house.
Yeah.
Is he a sly person? Stop it!
I think that's his lack of confidence coming out again. He can't seem to latch on to any group, so he tries this fake tactic of trying to be friends with people, and because it's not real, people see through it and it comes across as creepy and snaky and
it kind of makes me feel sorry for him, because I've said this before, I kind of see this little boy lost who is... I don't really see it as him snaking around groups. I see it as him kind of trying to go, let me in. Let me be part of the group, and then they don't let him in, and he goes
about it
to
the wrong
another
way.
group. Yeah, exactly.
He's a grown man, you know, he could do it. He could drop the whole facade, just be normal, because he is really, really funny. When we're at home and we're like, you know,
if he were just himself and he dropped all the pretense and all the ego and all the stories he's made up about himself, could he win it just being Dexter? No.
I think he could, because he's really funny. The things he does at home are hilarious, and we call him Chow. My kids call him Chow. All my family call him Chow. And that's just what we say to him. And, you know, he skits me, I skit him, and he comes out with the most funniest one-liners, but he's not letting that show because he's pretending to be this
big guy.
Yeah, and it's just not even cool, is it, really?
Not really. But it's great to watch. OK, very quickly, why should people evict Victor?
Well, why people should Jemima Victor is that Victor's is full
Dexter.
of shit. Why they should save Jemima?
No, why should they evict Dexter?
Oh, Dexter.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
my words got mixed up.
well, I mean, they should have...
Very quickly, because we run out of
Tell
time.
him to get out of Big Brother and get a life.
OK, and why should the public evict Jemima?
The public should evict Jemima for that haircut alone.
Guys, thank you so much. You were great sports. Thank you. So tomorrow, either Dexter or Jemima will be leaving the house. Neither of them want to be the next one to go, and here's why they think they should stay.
You have to keep me in the house because I'm going to be very entertaining. I'm going to be a lot of fun. I've got a...
Soz, I'm Soz. You know, cliche. I'm gonna give you another go. Take 2.
Hi guys, you've really got to keep me in the Big Brother house because I'm real, I'm not a fame whore, and I'm going to entertain you for the summer.
What do you want me to say then?
Something better.
Flash my tits or something?
You've got a banging body. It's
Oh, jeez.
It's like Beyonce.
All right.
We've just seen neither Dexter or Jemima want to go home, but for them, tonight is potentially their last night in Big Brother. But who do you think is going to go? We're going to have a chat about that in a little while. Are we going to do that now? We're going to do that now? Yeah. Great. OK, so in the interest of fairness, we're going to give each of the nominees 2 minutes of debate when we hear this noise. Then we're going to stop and we're going to move on to the next housemate. Have you got it?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm glad 2 of you have. First up, let's start talking about Dexter. Let's start the clock. We start the clock? I can't hear anybody. Let's just carry on. Mark, he was saved last week. Can he be saved again?
I think he might be, yeah. I think there's something about him. If we can inflate him up, it's going to be a big pop when he actually does pop.
Did you like what Holly just said about him?
I actually think they should replace Jemima and Dexter with those 2 friends.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the bloke, that was very honest of them, wasn't it? Yeah, but that was very honest.
Lydia, if he survives, how are the other housemates going to react?
I think they'll put him back up again.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I do. I think sometimes it works the other way. The housemates think, oh, we'll leave them for a bit because the public obviously like, you know, that person. But I think with Dexter, I think they're going to put him up until he's gone.
Yes,
I do.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so.
he needs to stay, though.
I think he's a snake, and he's going to go.
You think he's a snake and he's going to go?
I think they're going to put him up all the time.
Yeah.
Because, why? He's a scapegoat. Because he can, when they put him up, Get it out, Gracie.
No, I think you see more to Dexter in that VT what you ran earlier, and I think there's a lot more for him to give. And you got to give him respect. He went to Dan and he told Dan what he thought of him, straight up.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as Holly just said, that there is a genuine character there. Yeah. He's made up this big story about himself and fabricated everything just to get in there. He's done that. Now I want him to shed all of that and let's see the real Dexter.
I don't think he can.
Do you not think he can, Lydia?
I don't think he can.
Why not?
I'm really bored, to be honest, of all this. Is he this? Is he that? You know, is this true? It's actually getting a bit boring now, and I'd like to actually see some of the others come forward. It's honestly, I just don't care
Lydia's
anymore.
bored now. Lucy, would you trust him if you're in the house?
I don't think you can really trust someone that you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because no one really knows what he's really like, and I don't like two-faced people.
No, nor do I either. I hate two-faced people. Two-faced people need to go. Dexter needs to stay in and Jemima needs to go.
Oh! OK, on that note, let's move on to Jemima. Can we start the clock? Start the clock. OK, Lucy, so she has been opinionated, slightly, from day one. Has this been her downfall?
Definitely. I mean, I like to watch opinionated people on the show, but I don't think people like to live with people like that.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's the quiet ones that stay on to the end.
Right.
And she's
Because
been way
they're
too
easier to live
opinionated.
with.
Yeah, she's been way too opinionated too soon.
Well, we've definitely seen her clash with Jackie. Does she find Jackie her main competition, do you think?
I don't think
we kind of saw her say in the VT she thought she was going to be the mother figure,
Yeah.
but Jackie's kind of...
Do you know what? With that kind of altercation that she had with Jackie, I think it didn't matter who was there at that time. She'd already said, you know, I want to stay, I'm going to do everything I can to stay. And I think whoever was in front of her, she was going to get the sob story out, you know, get the votes, pleading for the votes, and I think it didn't matter who it was. I think Jackie was just happened to be there at the time. I think that she doesn't actually... I don't think she does see herself as the mum of the house. No. I think she sees herself as just as young as everyone else.
Do you think she wants to be like the cool older sister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Way too hard. No?
Way too hard.
No, I don't.
He was sitting there talking to himself going, no, she's not coming here, is she? Oh, my goodness. She said that she thought the public were going to love her. Do you?
No. No. She thinks she's younger than she is. She's probably the same age as Jackie.
Yeah.
Older.
Nice. I think that Jackie has stolen her role. I think she did want to go in the house and be in Jackie's role. Right. And unfortunately, Jackie, you know, 18 years older, has pipped her to that role. Yeah. And so she's now lost and she's sort of tried the cougar role.
Yeah.
But bless her, I think she doesn't know really what role she's
She doesn't know where she fits in. Kind of like Dexter, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think that she was trying to be the mother figure, but because that didn't work, she's trying everything just to keep the camera on her, so she gets her airtime.
OK, very quickly, down the panel, who should go tomorrow, Lydia?
I actually think Dexter should go.
Mark?
Jemima.
Jemima. Lucy?
I think Dexter because I like to watch Jemima.
Yeah. Audience? Right, still to come, we've got the latest from the house. Plus, we'll be hearing from you when we catch up with the digital team. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to Big Brother's Put on the Side. Much like the house, we have been infection-free for 24 hours now. Oh. Oh, here's the news. That was really bad acting. After just 20,160 minutes in the house, Callum finally broke his silence and let us in on his thoughts on the other housemates.
You know, Gina went... I'm really pleased she's staying. I don't know what's going on with like me and Dan, either, really. He don't like me, definitely. Jemima, she's not my type of person, really. I said to you already, she makes Sam feel awkward. Dexter's a really interesting bloke, and he's a quirky individual that no one can read. I hope he stays. I'll be gutted if he goes. Sam's lovely. And Charlie, she's an absolutely beautiful girl. She's gorgeous. I'm mugging myself off here a little bit. You know, she's gorgeous and we're there, but I'm mugging myself off properly. You know, cuddles and everything like that. She cuddles everyone, so I'm mugging myself off that she thinks there's any more in it than that at all. And she's you know, she's gorgeous. She can take a pick. But I'm average Joe. I'm just that lad down the road.
Thanks for that, Callum. Sorry if we're keeping you up as well. Do you know what I mean? See you in another 2 weeks, yeah? Yeah. At 1:12 this afternoon, a full and frank discussion about sexuality went on in the garden, and Dexter opened up a bit about his past.
Yeah, like, there's a male webcam modelling site, though I just used to sit and chat to, like, German geezers and stuff.
Did you?
Like, dressed in stockings and all that business.
What, you'd be dressed in stockings or they would?
No, I would, yeah.
You dressed in stockings?
Yeah. Just to do like, full routines and stuff.
Did you have a wank?
I made like, $2,000 in one night.
Would you, like...
Yeah.
Would you? Have you had, like, gay encounters?
I haven't had gay encounters, no, but I'm just not arsed. I'm happy with who I am, so...
What are you?
No, I'm straight.
But would you?
I don't know. If Ryan Gosling walked in, then maybe I might be turned, but I don't know.
Have you kissed a guy before?
No.
Never?
Never.
So, do you prefer being around girls or being around guys?
No, all my friends are girls.
Yeah, but that, yeah. I mean sexually.
Well, no, I know,
Have you
I
ever
admit...
been sexually aroused by a man? This is what we're all asking.
No, I haven't, but I admit that I'm camp, and I admit that I have done a little bit of cross-dressing in my life, and when I was younger, I did want to be a drag queen.
See? Now that Holly's been in and said that, we don't even know what's true, do we?
Yeah.
Secrets and lies. You thought we'd all lost a another drag queen this series, but really we've gained another one. And finally, at 3:19 this afternoon, Big Brother gave the housemates a secret task to hide from the twins. Housemates had to distract the boys while the others hid in the storeroom.
The challenge is for housemates to, one by one, all hide in the storeroom without the twins realising that anybody has disappeared.
Big Brother would like you to take part in a secret task. Twins, Jack and Joe, have been called to the diary room for a chat. So I've been waiting for them to go. So literally every 5 minutes, someone has to slip off, but you have to be careful. They cannot be in your view or nothing.
Thank you, Jack.
You like that?
Is this a joke? What the hell is going on? Where are they all? Oh, are they in the store? Are they in the store?
You've been in there looking for us.
We was in the treehouse. For about 20 minutes.
After the fuss they kicked up about the food, wouldn't you think the first place they would check would be the storeroom? That is all of today's news. OK, should we head back to Wimbledon for the final time to see if the team have got anything for us? Yeah.
So we're here at Wimbledon, here with George, a super fan. Who's going to win?
No doubt, Andy Murray, no doubt. Going to beat Federer in the semis. That gentleman won't be happy about that, and he's going to beat Djokovic in the final, right? Anybody who's a punter, have a bet on that, right?
I think we're talking about slightly different things, possibly. Right, let's head up to the camera runs. Mark, are you there?
Hello,
Hi.
Emma. How are you, mate?
What's happening?
Look, what's happening? Well, it looks like lover boy Callum. He's doing dinner with mum-in-law, Jackie.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Jemima's wearing. I don't know if you've put that in her.
Is
in
that
that,
Jemima
or is that
dressed
her
up?
real clothes? But she's put that on for some reason. Just looking at the floor, there's not much carpeting in here. It's like a bit like a shearing shed in there. It doesn't look very comfortable. There's Charlie and Sam and Daly over there having a bit of a chin wag. I don't know where the others are. Wolfie's out, probably giving the snakes in her legs a bit of a run out in the rain.
It was sharks,
but it's all seemed very quiet and... wait on.
Is this a calm before a storm, do you think?
Yep, Daly's having some sort of fit there. There's some sort of singing going on. It doesn't look good. He's teaching Sam. I don't know if that's Sam singing or Daly. Daly's off. Yeah.
Is it any good?
So there's generally drunkenness over here before dinner. And, yeah, there's... It's all very interesting. They keep sort of half looking over here, but...
OK, Mark, thank
this lover
you.
boy doing dinner
We'll leave
with
you up there.
mother-in-law.
We'll leave you up there and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks. I couldn't hear hardly anything they were saying.
You're so scared of getting caught.
I know, but it's very quiet in here, Ian. What's going on?
It's not my fault.
OK, what is going on there?
All right, well, we've got an eviction tomorrow, obviously.
Yes, we do.
We've been asking people online who they think should go, and it is as finely balanced as a Battenberg cake at the moment.
Really?
It is. For
Are you just being
Jemima...
diplomatic?
Yeah. For Jemima, Babsy UK says, get Jemima out. We should rename her Jemime, because it's all about me.
Me.
Nice one, Babsy UK.
Yeah.
And for Dexter, Brad the Lad Long says Dexter should go as he's becoming isolated from the group, therefore less talkative and a bit boring. Which isn't really his fault, but...
No, it isn't, because the group won't let him in, will they?
No.
What else?
More tweets or more other stuff?
Well, what other stuff have you got on the website?
Well, on the website tomorrow
4 seconds.
for the eviction, we've got loads of exclusive stuff and live streaming's on at 7 till 9, and we've got What You Talking About Willis, Emma's exclusive blog.
Brilliant.
It's gonna be
Thanks
good.
for tonight and thanks all of my guests. Tomorrow, join AJ and Ryland. They'll be back and they'll be grilling the latest evictee with the help of Vanessa Feltz and Chico. Plus, Sally is going to be back. God help 'em. Have a great night.